Okay, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I know there's nobody else in this meeting right now, but hopefully you guys get a chance to listen to it this week and you can put it into practice right away. I'm going to go ahead and start just by praying over us, and then we'll just jump right in. It shouldn't take long, maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, since there's nobody here to ask questions and that sort of thing. So I'll just start off by praying, and then we'll just jump right in, okay? Father God, we just come to you tonight and just ask that you would bless our time, bless the ladies who are watching this video, God, and learning from this training. Father God, I just want to thank you, first of all, for their commitment to getting healthier and helping others get healthy. We know that sin has entered the world, and it's taken on many forms, God, and we know that not taking care of our bodies in the temple that you have given us is one of those sins. So we thank you for bringing Plexus into our lives so that we can get back to good health and that we can share this knowledge with others and help them along their journey as well. And Father God, I just thank you for all these ladies. I thank you for their commitment to better themselves, and we just ask that you would use this time wisely, bless this time to help us learn and grow in our knowledge and our wisdom. Through your son's name we pray. Amen. So what I wanted to train on today is what Heather trained me on last Thursday. She came over and we just had a quick one-on-one of things that she had learned. And what I'll start off with is she went to this training, I think it was in Nashville, Tennessee, and it was a huge training, so they were in a church. So it might sound a little weird because I'm sitting behind a computer, but they started off talking about forgiveness, and she said since they were in a church, it felt more natural that that's what they were talking about, but that might feel a little weird in a setting. You know, you might be sitting at the kitchen table or whatever. But they were talking about forgiveness and talking about if you have a box and attached to that box is a chain, and one end of the chain is on the box and another end of the chain is on your ankle. And either you are being pulled by the box or the box is pulling, or either you are being pulled by the box or you are dragging the box behind you. And what she talked about was things that would go maybe in the box. So things that might hold you back or that might be pulling you in a direction that you don't want to go. So for instance, you know, it could be anything. It could be a broken relationship that you're in right now that could be guiding your life down a path that it's not the way you want to go. Or it could be like just being vulnerable with you guys. Mine was fear. In my box is fear. And I'm dragging the box around. It's not dragging me around. I choose to stay in this fearful place, specifically in regards to plexus of, well, I don't want to approach anybody because what if I don't know the answer? Or I don't want to approach anybody because what if I offend them? Or what if they say no? Or, you know, there's any myriad of scenarios that I run through in my head that may or may not happen and may or may not be true, but they're all controlled by fear. What will they think of me? What will they say to their friends? Will I just be that crazy plexus lady? Will I just be vomiting plexus on them? That sort of thing. So what I want you to think about first this week is your box. What's in your box? And are you dragging it around, or is it dragging you around? And what can you do to break the chain? What can you do to get rid of the box and throw it away? So mine this week, like I said, just being vulnerable is fear, and just getting over that fear of talking to people and worrying about what they're going to think or what they're going to say or what they're going to ask. So that's what she led off with. And she also talked about, sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. She also talked about an umbrella, like when we have things that can help us, when we have knowledge that can help us, or when we have tools that can help us, or that can help other people. So she talked about an umbrella. You know, you go out in the rain and you hold your umbrella and it's this way over your head so that all the rain falls around you. It doesn't get on you, but it falls around you. Well, what if you have the same umbrella, but you've inverted it, you know, like when the wind catches it and it blows it up and it's like broken or whatever. But if you're still carrying it around and it's inverted and you're just catching all the rain on top of you. Like, you have the same tools, but how you're using it determines its success or not. So we have all these awesome Plexus tools, and we have, ourselves, obviously, to share it. We have all the tools that we need, but if we're not using them in the right way, they could be blocking us. They could be harming us. They could be doing, more harm than good. She talked about that too, and I thought that was a very good visual, that we have the things that we need. We have products that work. We have, relationships with people who would trust us with things. We have all the tools to give them to be successful. But if we're not sharing them out of fear, like myself, or if we're giving them maybe not enough information or too much information, they don't know what to do about it. If we're not using our tools the right way, then it's going to harm us more than help us. So that was the next thing. And then she also talked about making connections with people. And I know we've kind of hit on this before a little bit, but one thing that she said that I thought was really good was talking about the brain, left brain, right brain. So the left brain is more, that's the analytical side, it's the reasoning side, it's the more cognitive thinking side. The right brain is the creative side, the emotional side, the artsy side, the feeling side, that realm. So she talked about left brain, right brain, and when you're trying to make a decision, so when people are trying to decide, do I do Plexus, do I not do Plexus, is this going to be good for me? We have to make a right brain connection. We have to make an emotional connection with them, because if all they're going on is logic, well, it's too expensive. Well, it's not going to work for me, or I don't think I need it. Those are all analytical decisions. We rarely, big decisions, cars, houses, kids, decisions that we make, they're big decisions. We use both sides of our brain. Well, I don't like that house. Well, I don't like that car. Those kinds of things. Well, people's health is the same thing. Well, I don't think I'm going to take that because I'm too tired, or I don't feel good, so I need to take that, or I'm sick all the time and I don't like that. Those emotional connections that we need to make with people. So she also did, I can't do it with you, obviously, because you're not here in front of me, but she did a experiment where when you are thinking with just the left side of your brain, you have different reactions. So she made me stand up. I'm going to see if I can do it here. And she, I have my arm straight out, and she took her arm, just one finger, and she tried to push my arm down. And she said, okay, don't let me push your arm down. She did that. And she couldn't push my arm down. And then she said, okay, I'm going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to ask you a question. And I said, okay, whatever. So she does it again, but she asked me an emotional question, or a feeling question. And she said, what do you love the most about your kid? And while I was thinking of it, and she tried to push my arm down, it's a lot easier for her to do that, because I'm not focusing on one analytical, keep your arm up, keep your arm up. I was having to make an emotional connection about my kids, and everything goes haywire, because you can't logically focus that way. So just proving the point of, you have to connect emotionally with your prospective customers or with your current customers if you want to retain them. Sorry, I know I'm going through this really quick. I know for me it's late, tired. We just got back from, Chris had a work function, or what did we do? Went to a baseball game. So we just got back from that. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of like trying to rush through this. So getting into the product part of it, the product portion. If you, and I know this has happened to a lot of you, it's happened to me. We start out with a customer and they're excited about it and they order the Slim, and that's great. And a month goes by and maybe they still like it and they order for the second month, and then, well, maybe it's not working so well, or maybe I just don't like it, or maybe I reached my goal, and we've lost customers. I know I have done that. I've gone from, I think at one point I had 26 customers and I'm down to like 5. And we've been pushing Slim because that's what we were hot. That's what we maybe fell in love with. And Slim is a great product. Don't misunderstand me. I love Slim. We should still be, sharing Slim and the benefits. But that can tend to be a more, not inconsistent, what's the word I'm looking for? That can tend to be a more, this is where I need y'all's help. My words have failed me. Not long-term, that's not the right word, but all that's coming to my head. A more not long-term product usage. People either reach their goal or they don't see results fast enough and they get frustrated. And so they drop off. But when we start focusing on ProBio and BioCleanse, getting the gut healthy first, those will be long-term customers. Those will be people who believe in the products like we do and stick with it and stay with it. And what she shared with me, and I hope, because I didn't write it down, so I hope I'm using the right person, is that Lori Harrison, who is, her and her husband are both double diamonds. Lori Harrison and her husband went through all of their customers that they had and analyzed and ran numbers and whatnot. And their more long-term, consistent customers are their ProBio and BioCleanse customers. Most of their, people who were only taking the Slim or who only started with the Slim have dropped off. So when you're looking for consistency and you're looking for long-term customer base, which then of course leads to ambassadors, we want to start with that gut health. We want to start with the ProBio and the BioCleanse. So again, I'm not saying don't promote the Slim. Do, it has great benefits. But if people are taking the Slim and they have an unhealthy gut, they're not going to see results and they're going to stop. And that's just the reality of it. So make sure, if you're going to share something, share ProBio and BioCleanse first instead of the Slim. If you have customers who have taken the Slim and stopped, whether they reached their goal or they just didn't see the results they were looking for, go back and promote the ProBio. And I'm going to send you guys an email that I sent to all of my customers today. I just did it today. That talked about the ProBio and the BioCleanse. I'll send it to you, and you can straight copy and paste if you want, or you can, tweak it to sound more like you, whatever. But I did that just today, and I've only heard back from one person, but it was a previous customer who said, hey, you know what? I just went to the doctor today, and I have been, long story short, she's been having tummy issues. She thought it was her reproductive organs. It's not, so she went to a whatever they're called, gastroenterologist or whatever. I don't know the medical jargon. She went to him and he said, well, I think, here's your problems and you need to get on a probiotic and blah, blah, blah. So she said, well, your price is the same as his price, so I'm going to go with you. So I'll get with you later. Just from one email that it was literally a copy paste, put her name in, send it. So I will send that, guys, to you, but lead off with the ProBio. So here's why. Again, if their gut is not healthy, the other products they're not going to see all the benefits from it. So if they also, if budget is a concern, even buying the ProBio and the BioCleanse for a month, it's less than the Slim. People get so focused on the Slim because that's our flagship product, and again, it's a great product, but they're not going to see all the benefits if they have an unhealthy gut. So why? First of all, why do people need a probiotic? What's the point? What makes an unhealthy gut? Every time somebody takes an antibiotic, which hello, we all have. Every time somebody gets a steroid, either a shot or a cream, which again most people do at some point. Birth control for the ladies, if you're on birth control consistently. Poor nutrition, sugar, hello. And genetically modified foods. All of those things break down our immune system, all of them. Think about how many of those, and even myself, somebody who's a Plexus ambassador who knows better does on a daily basis. Daily basis for me. Sugar, GMO foods. Right now, antibiotic, because I still haven't finished my round from when I had my earache. Poor nutrition. Hello. Not daily for me, but alcohol. Okay, that's a weekly one for me, maybe for you too. All of those things are going to attack your gut, and it affects so many other things. So, when your gut gets attacked, what happens? When you eat those things, take those things, drink those things, what happens? Well, when everyone is born, you are born with good bacteria in your gut to help regulate everything. Regulate your bathroom stuff, regulate your immune system, allergies, that kind of thing. Everyone's born with that. Then as we do the things I mentioned, antibiotics, steroids, all those things, as we do those, our bacteria balance gets out of whack. We get more bad bacteria than good bacteria. Well, if we don't replace the good bacteria, then the bad bacteria, Candida, gets overgrown and gets out of control. That sparks an immune response from our system. Your immune system goes into overdrive, things get out of whack. So, the bad bacteria, Candida, breaks down. Let me start over. Sorry. Think of your gut and your intestines. The lining of them inside is like a door. It should be a door like your garage door where nothing's getting through. There's no holes. There's no anything that's going to get through there. But when the bad bacteria, the Candida, overgrows, it eats into that lining of your gut and it creates holes. So instead of having a garage door, you have a screen door with holes. Things are passing in and out of that lining that shouldn't be passing in and out of that lining. That triggers the immune response, the immune system, to go into overdrive. So how do we stop that? Well, people will say, well, just stop eating bad and just stop drinking. Yeah, that will help. Sorry. Sorry. Yes, those things will help, but they're not going to repair the damage that's been done. You've got to patch those holes. You've got to shut the door. You've got to get back to a solid door in your gastrointestinal system. A fancy way to put it. Sorry. So why not just go get a probiotic off the shelf, right? You can go get a really fancy one out of the refrigerated section, which, by the way, those are refrigerated because if the called CFUs, the colony forming unit, if the CFUs are introduced to warm air, they die. They don't die. They're activated. Well, think about a refrigerated probiotic. Take it out of the fridge. It's already hit warmer air than it's used to inside the fridge. You put it in your mouth. Well, it activates on your tongue. By the time it gets all the way down to your immune system, where it's supposed to be in your gut, in your intestines, how many of those are still working? How many of those are still alive? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just posing this question, and it's a question you can pose to your potential customers. PB5 is freeze-dried. Excuse me, freeze-dried, so it can go in the capsule, shelf-stable. Take it in your pantry. Mine's in my medicine cabinet because I take it at night. Doesn't have to be refrigerated, so it doesn't activate until the pill gets down into your stomach and gets digested. Well, then all those things are still active. All those CFUs are still active in the gut where they're supposed to be. So the things that make ours different: freeze-dried, so active when it hits your gut, not when it comes out of the refrigerator. Shelf-stable, okay, activates in your system. Ours has, and I don't know the right way to say this, maybe one of you do, chitinase chitinase, I don't know, Tonase, I believe is how you spell it. That breaks down the candida, okay? I don't know of any other probiotics that have that. The other probiotics have the CFUs, which is the good bacteria. They don't break down the bad bacteria. All that bad bacteria is still in your system. The chitinase breaks down the bad bacteria, and that's what repairs the holes. We talked about the screen door. That's what closes those holes in your system. So ours has chitinase, chitinase, I don't know how you say it. Ours has that, others don't. I also, this was not from Heather's training, but the little boy I watch, his mom used to run a health store, you know, like a GNC or whatever, used to run a health store, and she looks at our probiotic and she goes, oh, it has grapeseed extract. That's weird. And I said, what do you mean that's weird? She goes, I've never seen one with grapeseed extract. That helps with allergies. Hello, my allergies and Kennedy's allergies are so much better after starting the probio. I think it's that grapeseed extract, y'all. And again, I don't know if others have that. She was surprised that ours had that, which tells me others don't. So there's two big things, the chitinase and the grapeseed extract that other probiotics don't have. She also talked about other probiotics do not have antifungal properties in them to kill those bad bacteria again, to rebalance the bacteria in your system. I think that's it on the probio. Sorry, looking at my notes. Yeah, I think that's it on the probio. But the probio is not, it is, excuse me, it is effective. It's more effective with the BioCleanse because the probio is what's cleaning your system. It's repairing your system. It's putting those good bacteria back in. It's killing the candida. But if you don't flush all that out, she used the analogy of a toilet, and I've used that before. The probio, you know, when you're cleaning your bathroom and you clean the toilet and then you flush it because you got to get all the, you have to use water out. Well, the probio is like the toilet wand. So the probio is cleaning your intestines, and then the BioCleanse flushes it out, makes you poop. Okay, you'd really be surprised, especially moms, how many people will talk about poop. Really, it's a little disturbing, but they will. So have at it. So the probio does the cleaning. The BioCleanse flushes it out. If you're not taking the BioCleanse with the probio, then all those bad toxins are just getting reabsorbed by your system. Most of them. I mean, people will still go to the bathroom, but most of them are just still sitting in your intestines or sitting in your stomach, and they're just getting reabsorbed. So you really need to do the BioCleanse with the probio. They're meant to use together in tandem. The BioCleanse also infuses your body with oxygen. Studies have come out that cancer, any kind of cancer, cannot survive in an oxygenated environment. Okay, so if the BioCleanse is infusing your body with oxygen, you're less likely to get cancer. Okay, you can't make medical claims. Don't claim, you know, probio is going to keep you from getting cancer. That's not, you can't do that. But you can, sorry, but you can say, well, research cancer and oxygenated cells, and you'll find that cancer cannot survive in an oxygenated environment. Again, we talked about the BioCleanse flushes out the bad stuff that the probio is scrubbing out of your intestines. And then what does that? What flushes it out is the magnesium chloride in the BioCleanse. So we'll go over this in a minute. We talked about the probio, talked about the BioCleanse. So how do you tell your customers to take it? You have to be honest with them and say that You know, there will probably be some die-off symptoms. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to take it today and have no allergies tomorrow. That's not going to work, okay? And they shouldn't expect those kind of results, and you shouldn't be pushing those kind of results. It does take time. That's why we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. Use it for 60 days, and tell them that. Use it for 60 days every day and see what happens. If it doesn't work, get your money back. No GNC is going to do that for you. Okay? No Whole Foods is going to do that for you. Nothing on the shelf at Kroger or CVS is going to do that for you. Use the 60 days, and after 60 days, if you're not happy with your results, let's talk. Let's get your money back. Okay? Be realistic with their expectations. So how do they take it? You don't, excuse me, they don't need to start off with like a loading dose. They don't need to start off with the max dose. Just have them start with 1 probio at night, 1 BioCleanse in the morning when they wake up, and 1 BioCleanse again about 3 o'clock. That's all they need to take, okay, for the beginning. So once they do that for a week, 2 weeks, if they're noticing, yeah, I feel pretty good, they can bump it up to 2. 2 BioCleanse, 2 probio at night, 2 BioCleanse in the morning, and 2 BioCleanse about 3. So they'll be taking 4 BioCleanse during the day and 2 probio at night. And then again, if they want to keep bumping it up over the next week, 2 weeks, they can, but that's totally up to them. There's no reason to start off taking 4 probio and 4 BioCleanse. Their system is going to go into overload, and they're going to be freaking out about, this stuff is awful. You know, it's going to be too much. It's going to be a shock to their system. Start them off slow. The other expectations you need to set with them are the die-off symptoms. Rashes can happen because all that candida yeast is trying to get out of your system. Rashes, obviously using the bathroom more. If they're taking the BioCleanse, they should be using the bathroom more. She did a funny analogy, which I thought was pretty good. She talked about a car wash. Okay, so you're at the car wash, you're waiting to go into the car wash. 2 cars go into the car wash. How many cars should come out of the car wash? None? 1? 2? If 2 cars go into the car wash, 2 cars should come out of the car wash. Same with your food. You eat a meal, something should come out. You eat a bowl of cereal, something should come out. Okay? You should be, your customers, you as well, again, people will talk about food. You should be using the bathroom at least once a day. At least once a day. Maybe more, especially if you're taking the BioCleanse. Okay? So you can use that analogy with them too. But be realistic about the expectations. There could be rashes. They're going to probably start using the bathroom more than they have been in the past, especially if they're irregular. They could be getting headaches. They could be, trying to think of the other things that she said. Just Google like candida die-off and have them Google that and say, these things might happen. Give it 60 days. You know, if it's still happening or if it's totally unbearable, you know, then you can maybe readjust and see what their expectations might be. But this is like, you know, it's like exercising. When you first start to exercise and you are so sore, well, if you stop, then the next time you exercise, you're going to be that sore again. And if you stop, the next time it's going to be that same. But if you keep pushing through, then all of a sudden you can do it. And these products are the same way. If you keep pushing through the die-off and you get to the other side, they'll feel so much better. But you have to be realistic about those expectations from the start. And then I'm trying to think. So as far as as far as how do you introduce this, I have found, because I've been doing this for, I trained with her on Thursday, so I've been doing it since Thursday. I have found that it's so much easier to lead off with the probio than with the slim. Before I was trying to lead with the slim, and hey, have you heard about this pink drink? And do you know anybody who has diabetes? That's a more awkward way into a conversation, I feel like. But the probio, because it helps so many things, it's an easy kind of into a conversation. I've brought it up, I think, 6 times already, which I don't talk to people. We talked about my fear in the beginning, but this has been so much easier. So, for instance, 3 people, because it's the springtime. Oh my gosh, it's awful. It feels so bad. Do you take a probiotic? And it's not, hey, Plexus has this probiotic. Do you want to take it? You want to try it? It's not like that. It's a simple, hey, do you take a probiotic? Well, no, I don't know what that is. Oh, well, Kennedy had really bad allergies. I had really bad allergies. We started taking this, and I noticed they're not so bad this year. You might look into it. Leave it at that. Or, oh, I bet, here's my card. Plexus has a great one. I love the one we take. Take a look at it and leave it at that. You're not trying to close the sale right there. They just put it in their head that, hey, this has helped me. Maybe it can help you. People not being able to sleep. It helps me sleep. So good. So good. So, people think, oh, I didn't sleep well last night, and I'll wake up every night at 2 o'clock, and I don't know. Do you take a probiotic? That's really helped me. I don't know. You might look into it. Again, and just, you don't have to push. Just leave it at that and get them to start thinking about it. And then the next time you see them, you can, did you have a chance to look at that probiotic? You might, here's my card. See if you want to look at this one. Has your sleep gotten any better in the last week? No? Okay, well, it's a much easier route in than, hey, do you need to lose weight? You want the pink drink? Which again, I'm not saying don't promote that. It's obviously an awesome product, but they're not going to get the results they want if they have poor gut health. So it's start leading off from your ProBio and your BioCleanse instead of the Slim, and just do that for a week and see how that goes. And then, of course, you've got to be able to follow up. So yes, don't push and don't vomit Plexus all over them. But and Heather, I thought these were 2 really cool ways. Heather said, we all usually have our phones with us, right? I mean, mine's right here. And it's 9:45 at night. Who's going to call me? Nobody. But I have it right here. It's always with me. So, you may not have business cards, or you may not have them on you. I ran out. I haven't ordered any more yet. So I don't have any. But what I do have is this. And if somebody's talking about it, I can say, oh, you know what? I don't have my business card, but here, can you pull up the contacts on my phone? Can you put your number in here, and I'll text you, when I leave here. I'll text you when I get home. Well, then you have their information, and you can follow up with them next week and say, hey, did you get my text? I texted you Monday night. I just wanted to make sure you got it. If your phone's been acting weird, you can tell them that, or you can just say, I just want to make sure you got it. I want to make sure it went through, and leave it at that. But then you have their contact information in your phone, and you can follow up with them because you have it. The other thing that she said that I thought was good is once they, hold on, let me pull it up so you can see. So you pull up like, oh, that's not showing up at all. There we go. So you pull up like, the contact screen, and they type their name in and stuff. Well, before you click off of it, take a what's it called? Screenshot it. Where you just do the quick screenshot. Just screenshot it real quick, because once you leave there, then you're going to the grocery store, and then you're going to whatever. You might not remember their name, but you've got the picture of it, so that when you go back later, you can go, oh yeah, that was Sarah. Okay. And that just jogs your memory. The other thing she said was, people might not be comfortable with that. They might not want to give you their phone number. Pull up your Facebook, go straight to your Facebook or whatever, hand them your phone and say, here, can you just send me a friend request real quick? Just send me a friend request, and I'll send you a message on there. Because for whatever reason, some people think that's less personal, or, they're not giving you their cell phone number. They're not giving you their email. People will be more comfortable to just friend you on Facebook. Again, screenshot it so that you have their name, because once you go back and you're looking through your list of 500 friends, you're going to go, well, I don't remember who that was. I don't know, I don't remember what his name was. Screenshot it real quick before you put your phone away. And then you have it there, and you can send them a Facebook message. And there, even you can see when they've read it, okay? So that's that. And then, of course, you can follow up the next week and, hey, did you get my message? I just want to make sure, whatever. So that really for this training is kind of it. We're really just going over the probio and the biocleanse. Just trying to make sure I didn't leave anything out. Oh, yes, I did. When you're talking, so when you're, when you're sitting at, for instance, mine is at dance. When you're sitting at dance class waiting on, kids to come out of dance or whatever, and you're talking to people, and you go, hey, have you taken a probiotic? And they go, no, I don't know what that is. And you say, oh, well, here's what it's done for me. They're going to object. No, I don't think I need one of those. Okay, well, why not? You just said, your allergies are bothering you. Could you use help with that? Yeah, I could use help with that, but I don't believe in this, these natural remedy things. I'd rather take my Claritin every day. I think that it's doing okay. Okay, well, if it's doing okay, but you're not happy with it, and did you know that Claritin, they're not going to give you your money back if you have a bad month. They're not going to, I don't know. You can think of reasons, to keep the conversation going. And then she comes back with, well, I don't know. I don't think I have the money for it. Well, it's if you compare it with how much Claritin you're taking, and it might be cheaper. Whenever they object, usually their third objection is the real heart issue. It's not that they don't believe in natural remedies. It's not that, I already forgot what I said. Not that they don't know what it is, but maybe the money really is the issue. Whatever the third objection they come up with, research has shown that the third time they object, that's their heart issue. That's the emotional connection you need to make. So if it's a money issue, okay, yeah, I can totally understand that. When I started, I did not have the money to do this, and I bummed money from the grocery fund, to be honest. And that's what I took that 1 month and I used it on the groceries, and I just wanted to see if it would. I used it on the probio, and I just wanted to see if it would work, and it did. So I found a way every month to be able to buy my probio, or it didn't work, so I got my money back, and I wasn't out anything, But make that emotional connection. Again, if it's money, to me, that's kind of an easy one because, excuse me, are they buying fast food? Are they stopping at Starbucks? Are they buying cookies and candy at the grocery store? Usually money is never, not going to say never. Usually money is not really the issue. They're usually spending it other places. But whatever, again, just going back, whatever that third issue is, whatever that third objection that they have is usually their heart issue. So listen for that. And don't be afraid to keep asking questions until you get to that third objection. So I think for this one, I think that's it. Lead off with the probio. Lead off with the biocleanse. Remember, they should be taken together. Those are, even those two products together are going to be cheaper than a bag of Slim. So it might be financially an easier thing for people to be able to afford. I think that's it. If you guys have questions, feel free, text me while you're watching this, text me or, Facebook message me, call me, whatever. I want to help you. I want us to do this. I know you girls signed on because you believe in the products and you love the products. And I want to be here for you to help you. If you have questions about this training or anything else, let me know. Hopefully the next Zoom training we can do, I want to maybe try to start doing one every week. If we can swing that, maybe every 2 weeks. But hopefully you guys can join in on the next one because I think it's a lot easier when you can ask questions live right off the bat. So I think that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you took good notes. I will send you the recording and I will send you a copy of the email that I sent out to my customers. Again, tweak it, change it, whatever you need to do, or just send it verbatim, but definitely change your information at the bottom because it has my stuff. Unless you just want your customers to come to me. I don't think you want that. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful night and let me know if you have questions. Love y'all. Bye.